Nope is directed by Jordan Peele. It stars Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Stephen Young, and Brandon Perry. And in Peele's new horror thriller, siblings OJ and Emerald run a horse ranch in California. All of a sudden, their father dies, and they see a mysterious object flying in the sky. Meanwhile, a theme park owner with a traumatic past tries to tame this weird object by using horses. Now, I'm a big fan of Jordan Peele's work. Not only is he a great comedian, he's also directed Get Out and Us, two absolutely fantastic films. Get Out is fantastic, near enough. Us is ridiculously scary. That left me up for a couple of nights. So this is one of my most hyped films of the year. I will say that, as for me, this is the second best movie of the year by far. This is Jordan Peele's, not his best movie, I'd say second best. But I still loved every minute of this film. From the first minute, I knew I was in for a great movie. I will say this film is not for everyone. Some people kept saying, oh, they don't get the scene with the monkey and stuff, which is fine. You know, we don't get everything. And there is some very heavy symbolism here, and some people, of course, may not get this film. That's probably why it's not really got very high reviews in some cases. So I can understand where people are coming from with that. But when you actually think about it, it does actually make sense. Unfortunately, some of the stuff I want to talk about does involve spoilers, and I don't really want to go into spoiler territory. I want to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. And I will say it's best to go into this movie blind. So I will say, to make it a bit better for yourself, watch the movie and then watch this. It'll make the experience a whole lot better. But I will say this movie's themes are developed brilliantly, and its story is very unique, very interesting. It could take a very normal UFO sort of horror movie and puts its unique spin on it, and it just makes it absolutely fantastic the way it does it. This film is really scary, to the point where some guy who had asthma had to run out because of a couple of scenes that gave him an asthma attack in my theatre. Not only was that a bit traumatizing for him, it was a bit hilarious, but hopefully he's okay. He came back in. But the horror elements were fantastic in this. The first scene had me shrouded in fear, and from that scene I just knew we are in for a fantastic movie, because this movie only has around 3 jump scares, 2 or 3 jump scares, and they're all brilliant, but most of the horror comes from just complete silence. And it's just amazing how Jordan Peele always does that, because it works so well. The characters in this are also very likeable, especially the siblings, OJ and Emerald. First off, Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer have some great chemistry. They work very well together. I think they were the standout performances in this film. But Stephen Young's character was easily my favourite character. I think he had the more interesting and terrifying backstory. And once you actually think about things, like, you do understand why he's doing what he is doing. I'm not going to say what he's doing, but I really think it was the most interesting character, more complex, and it was very good how Jordan Peele handled it. The film also does a fantastic job at mixing comedy and horror together and not making the film tonally indifferent. I wouldn't say the comedy is that funny, which is kind of disappointing, because this is made by Jordan Peele, who is mainly known as a comedian, and he is a very funny comedian in my eyes. But I was very disappointed to see that the humour just didn't really make me laugh that much, really. I know some people are saying it's hilarious, this film, which is fine. You know, what makes you laugh is subjective, but for me, just didn't really hit the mark, the comedy, unfortunately. But as I said, it does mix it well with the horror and doesn't make the film tonally indifferent and weird. This film's cinematography is also made for the big screen. I know this is the first horror movie to be made with IMAX cameras, and the cinematography actually makes you feel like a real person in the film, because like the characters, you're always looking up to see what's going on, what is this object in the sky. It's amazing how they did it, and I really like that little hint of technique there. As with all the flaws with the movie, apart from the comedy not really working, there was some bit of rocky CGI here and there, mostly with some stuff at the start with a creature. I'm not going to say what, I think I already mentioned it, but I don't want to get into too much. But that really didn't look that great. I wouldn't say it took me out at the moment, just could have been a bit better in my opinion. But apart from those two things, Nope is the second best movie of the year for me. Just below Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's going to be hard to top. but I just thought this film had a great story. It was handled very well, its themes and all the symbolism. Characters are all likeable, they're interesting, they have great motivations, the acting is all really good, the cinematography is absolutely fantastic, and it's not tonally imbalanced, it manages to keep the tone very stable. I'm going to give Nope a 9 out of 10. This is easily the best horror movie of the year by far, and I'm going to see it again with my dad. I want to see it a second time because I really enjoyed myself with this film. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Next video, we're starting the brand new series. I've decided to give it the name Random Reels. I wanted to make an interesting name. It's not the most interesting. If you have any good name suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below on this video or any other video, because I'm willing to take suggestions. But yeah, make sure to look out for that. I'm really looking forward to starting that new series. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and have a good day. See you later.